What I'm about to tell you is very important, and I want you to really sit up and listen to this, as I hope it will trigger something in deep inside of you, a hunger to change, a thirst for a better life, and the will to go out there and get it. We have all been telling ourselves little lies, or believe the lies others have been telling us, because of various reasons, from being naive to trusting or just wanting to believe in something. But we cannot grow and prosper until we start to dismantle all the lies that we have been telling ourselves and start breaking all the rules that became our guiding principles we lived by. I'm going to share an intimate story with you. It was the day I started to break all the rules and transform my life 360 degrees roundabout way. It was Monday, the 3rd of September 2017. The night before, I was crying on my couch. Despair, grief, pain, sadness, fear, doubt. I've been suffering from untreated postnatal depression for 3 years. I don't seem to do anything in half measures. When I gave birth to my beautiful little baby girl, I literally gave her my everything. I was stripped down to the bone, and not even that was enough. Right after birth, I fell and broke my leg in 3 places because I gave all my nutrients to my little baby. My hormones were completely out of control, and for the first time in my life, I suffered from depression. It was only after I started getting suicidal thoughts that I thought of getting help. From having it all, the perfect house, perfect husband, beautiful little children, successful businesses, a community I was loved and adored in, to nearly losing it all. You see, all these perfectly crafted walls that I've been building around me sort of crumbling and fall brick by brick. But I was too stubborn, so I had to go real rock bottom before I had the courage to change. And it all started with a lie I told myself many, many years ago. I was 5 years old when my mum committed suicide, and my entire little world changed. Everything familiar, uncomfortable, was taken away from me in that moment, and I was not equipped to handle it. And so the formation of a lie was born. And I fed it, and I nurtured it, and it became my truth, my principles, my golden rules. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Just get over it, I was told. And so I did. And I buried my feelings so far away, and I learned to wear many masks. You see, there's one thing we all want in life, and it's to be heard. But my voice, my feelings, no longer mattered. And so I was shamed into silence. And I shrank, and I shrank, and I shrank, until I fit into this perfect little created box that society has created for me. And my beautiful inner child disappeared. And I created a devil-may-care character that would never be hurt or humiliated ever again. But that little child inside of us never truly disappears. That child in each of us will keep on knocking until you open the door. So on this fateful day, I opened the door to my inner child. And there I stood, naked and vulnerable, for all the world to see. And it was just me standing there. Not funny Lynn, not crazy Lynn, not shy Lynn, not insecure Lynn, just Lynn. All the masks came off. It was just me. It took great courage to look at her. But once I did, I embraced her, and I loved her so hard. And in that moment, I became unstoppable. You see, it takes great courage to look at yourself and to accept yourself and love yourself, freckles, big bum, oddball and all. But once you do, there's nothing in this world that can stand in your way, because you know your own worth. And that is when you become unstoppable. I transformed into someone I always admired, but I did not think I was good enough to become. And I became her. I became her. All the things I always wanted to do, I did it. Everything I wanted, I went after it and claimed it. From working 60 hours a week, constant deadlines, and barely seeing my family, to working half the hours and earning more than I did before. I claimed my big seat at the big table. I stopped blinking when I asked for my fees, because for once I knew my worth. I did not care if they thought I was too expensive, because someone out there will have the budget and they will realize my worth and pay me what I asked for. I knew my worth, and that is all that mattered. All because I opened the door to the little child inside of me and I embraced her. Now you may say, that is ridiculous. How is the child inside of me going to make me unstoppable? Well, let me put something to you. How many of you can say that your father, brother, uncle, whoever it is a fully grown-up man who takes his responsibilities very seriously and does not have any childlike traits? I would assume that you don't know many, because most men are encouraged to keep that little boy alive inside of them. Most men have hobbies, which can be fishing, playing soccer, going away on weekends, building a man cave, whatever it is. They get away with being a child, and we laugh it off and say, oh, such a young boy at heart. We give him a nice slap on his back. Who here has children? Who in your relationship is the one that play with the children? Mainly the man in the house, isn't that right? Now, who generally are more successful in business? Who has the highest paying job? Normally the man. Do you know why? Because he knows his worth. Because he's not afraid to let his little child come out and play. He allows his little boy to come out and play after hours, whether it's chasing girls or chasing the next big contract. For men, it is a game. They enjoy doing what they do, and they have the confidence to match their intentions. In fact, when a job is advertised and they only have half the skills, they would say, yeah, but I have X, Y, and Z, which they don't list on here, so I'm good to go. I'm going to get the job. And they apply and they do. But women, on the other hand, we read like, out of the 50 listed skills, we only have 49. They're probably not going to give me the job because I don't have that one skill. So we don't apply and we don't get the job. How many women do you know still have hobbies? Who do you know retained her childlike awe and wonder for the world? Still do beautiful paintings on weekends? Or play make-believe games with her friends? Not many. Because as society, we have been told to stop being childish. Stop being so over-emotional. Stop being so vulnerable. You are too much. And you know what we do? We end up switching off our childish dreams and become serious. But we never feel complete because we are not. We cannot shut the inner child inside of us off us like a switch. He or she needs to become an integral part of our everyday lives because they make life more fun. And when we have fun, we laugh. And when we laugh, we release endorphins. And when we release endorphins, we feel good and ideas keep coming to us. So in fact, we cannot afford not to laugh and have more fun. My question to you today is, how many lies have you been telling yourself over the years? What was that one thing you could not understand at some point in your life, and you internalized it and made it your own? Don't you think you owe it to yourself and your inner child to start breaking all those rules that kept you small and become unstoppable in return? Isn't it time you treat yourself to that top job, that promotion, dream client, the perfect love interest in your life, the dream life? Isn't it time you say, I am worth more, I deserve more, and go out there and claim it? How do you treat your own child? Do you berate it often and tell him or her that they cannot become a vet one day because they need to grow up and have realistic expectations and they must settle for good, safe, comfortable job. I hope you don't do that. If you do, stop that. I want you to take time this week and think about all the lies that you have been told. Write them down. Make a list. And one by one, start to break them down. Because that is all it is. There's lies, assumptions masked as facts. Don't be too proud to ask for help. And whatever you do, don't give up. Always, always reach the end just before you wanted to give up. Every day you take a step in the right direction. It's a step closer to your dream. But it is your choice, ladies and gentlemen. You need to have the courage to challenge your comfort zone. You need to stop making assumptions about what could happen and what couldn't happen. Because ultimately, what is the worst that can happen? You already don't have that promotion or that dream client. So if you try, at least you stand the chance of becoming successful. The transformation process can be so profound in your life, and it's entirely yours for the taking. And you will find that happiness truly lies in the everyday, most mundane moments. The more you start breaking those rules, and the easier they are to spot as you go through life. Get a rule bin and keep a sticky note and a pen close by, and every time you remember another lie, write them down and put it in. Keep doing it. It might take a week, a day, a year, 5 years, who knows? But one day, you will wake up and just know something is different. The rules are broken, and you're ready to write a new rule book. One where you get to create and enforce all the great, new, fabulous rules in your life. It is all about less glum and more fun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your game of life. You may not always win, but you have to play. Thank you.